In today's episode, let's look into 10 secrets and tips on growing money plants or the pothos varieties, whether in soil or in water. We will also learn propagating money plants and how to get large-sized leaves in a bushy money plant. Let's start with propagation of money plants. We are discussing this first because most of us do not purchase a money plant from nurseries or garden centers, but instead, we get a small cutting of a money plant and try to grow it at home, either in water or in soil in containers. Now let's learn some simple tricks to multiply your pothos plant easily. There are many methods of rooting money plant cuttings. One guaranteed method is soil layering. You just insert 1 or 2 nodes of a branch into the soil, mostly into a small pot. Within 2 weeks, you should start seeing roots, and you can then cut off this from the mother plant and grow as an independent plant, either in water or soil. You can also successfully grow its cuttings, but the most important point to remember is planting the node into the soil, and not just the stem without a node. Many gardeners have shown money plant can be grown from a single leaf, but this will be successful only if a node is included along with the leaf. Another simple hack to use for faster rooting, especially if you are rooting in water, is to use a 1/4 or half tablet of aspirin 350 mg dispersible tablet every time you change water. You can check my detailed episode on aspirin and its benefits in gardening from a link in the description below. Now let's look into some important care tips and tricks to grow money plant. These are slightly different if you are growing them in soil versus growing in water indoors. Let's first quickly discuss on care of money plant in soil, like tricks on how to make the leaves bigger and how to get a bushier money plant. A. Season. Money plants can be grown in any season or any time of the year. B. Sunlight requirement. Money plant can grow in direct sunlight as well as indirect sunlight and even indoors in your home lighting. Though too much direct sunlight can burn the leaf edges, you need to remember this simple concept for any plant. The green color is imparted to the leaf by a pigment called chlorophyll, which is essential for photosynthesis or plant food preparation in simple terms for proper growth of the plant. If there is lesser green pigment on the leaves, like in marble queen varieties or any variegated varieties, then more amount of exposure to sunlight is needed and vice versa. The best place to keep them is under a 50% shade net. They grow faster and healthier under these sun conditions. If you grow them indoors in containers, make sure you keep at the brightest spots like near entrances or near windows to get the bright light. C. Water requirement. Money plant likes a lot of water, but at the same time it's a drought-tolerant plant and can live without water for many days. Watering daily or alternate days is sufficient. Make sure you water deeply and thoroughly, and also check the patency of drainage holes in containers to avoid water stagnation and root rot. Less frequent watering can result in burning or browning of tips and edges. Overwatering can result in leaf yellowing and stunted growth. D. Soil mix. If you provide a loose, well-draining soil to money plant, the roots grow faster and hence the plant grows faster and healthy. You can mix some stuff like cocoa peat or peat moss, sand, perlite, vermiculite, or whatever you can, along with some 20% compost like cow dung or vermicompost to about 50% garden soil. This forms the best potting mix for money plant. E. Repotting. Money plant. This is only required when you have chosen a small container to grow money plant, and the plant roots have bound to the container. If there is stunted growth and leaf yellowing, it's time to repot in a larger container. F. Fertilizers. Money plants require a very small amount of fertilizers, and most of the nutrients are already found in the potting mix, and they should be sufficient for 3 to 6 months. Because we grow money plant for its leaves, a handful of nitrogen-rich fertilizers like decomposed cow dung or vermicompost once every 3 months is more than sufficient for one standard container of money plant. Avoid using chemical fertilizers like urea or NPK as they can cause fertilizer burns. To get lush and large-size leaves, you can additionally foliar spray it with Epsom salt solution, like 1 teaspoon of Epsom salt in 1 liter of water and spray over the leaves once in about 10 days. G. Pests and disease. The money plant is one of the top 5 pest resistance plants, so spraying a pesticide is optional. You can spray neem oil monthly once in a low dose of about 5 ml per liter of water, but some diseases like fungal root rot can rarely kill the money plant. This happens mainly due to overwatering. H. Now, how to get big-sized leaves in a money plant. Money plants have aerial roots, which are adventitious roots that are designed for clinging and climbing onto a surface like trees, rocks, and other structures we artificially provide like moss sticks, coir sticks, trellis, and so on. The concept is these aerial roots also absorb some moisture and nutrients as well. So, taking this advantage, we have to follow these 2 simple tricks and hacks to get big-sized leaves and lush, bushy, fast-growing money plant. No doubt the size of the leaves also depends on the type of money plants and its genetic makeup. First, trick to apply is use a climber stick like cocoa coir stick, a moss stick, or your own DIY gunny bag pole to anchor the aerial roots. The best one is a moss stick which is made of sphagnum moss. You can easily anchor the aerial roots into the moss and tie it up to hold in place. Make sure whenever you water your money plant, you water the moss stick as well. Liquid fertilizer like compost tea poured onto the moss stick also gives great results. The second trick is, when it grows 1 round to the top of the pole, you take it downwards, and then when it reaches the soil, you do soil layering or take a dip of 1 or 2 nodes into the same container and then take it upwards. This helps the development of multiple root systems that support a short segment or a certain length of the money plants and helps in a very steady and faster growth. Now, lastly, some quick points to remember while growing money plant in water indoors. If you start from a cutting, choose a healthy cutting of about 1 foot long and must have at least 3 to 4 nodes in it. Insert at least 2 nodes into a clean container, preferably a glass bottle. Avoid using plastic bottles. The narrow-necked bottles are better as it provide more humidity around the main stem. Use clean water to grow money plants and change water once every 10 days for best results. Keep it in a bright location in your home, like near a window, and it does not require fertilizers when grown in water. So there you have it. Please like, share, and comment below with your feedback and queries. Happy gardening!